From the Oregon State University Extension Service, this is Pollination, a podcast that tells the stories of researchers, land managers, and people like you who are making bold strides to improve the health of pollinators. I'm your host, Dr. Adoni Malathopoulos, Associate Professor of Pollinator Health in the Department of Horticulture. Well, folks, it's a wrap. National Pollinator Week is over, and I hope that you had the opportunity to enjoy or maybe even head up one of the thousands of events that took place across North America celebrating our pollinators. I had a great week. I was in Newport, where I was part of an event hosted by U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, protecting the Oregon silver spot, a threatened species, a federally listed species that we have on the coast of Oregon that they're trying to recover. And then I had a great day in Estacada, talking to woodland owners about creating pollinator habitat. And I ended things off for the first time that I've been here at OSU at the Oregon Master Beekeeping Field Day. I don't know why I've never been. Well, I do know, because it's always on National Pollinator Week. I'm always doing something on that Saturday. But this week I was free and I was able to attend the field day, and it was really spectacular. So I'm going to bring you some voices from that field day. They're really wonderful. We have some surprise parts where somebody learns, this is like this big reveal, that they had passed their exam, because part of the field day in the morning is people who are going through the program take their tests. We hear about people who are just considering the program. We hear from Dr. Ramesh Sagili, who founded the program, and Jen Larson, who coordinates it, who also coordinates the Master Melitologist program, or Wild Bee program. Anyways, it's a great vignette of what that field day is. And if you've been thinking about Master Beekeepers, it gives you a sense of what the program is about. So this week, we're going to go to Corvallis, location of the mothership, this week on Pollination. All right, Dr. Sagili, welcome to Pollination again.
Yeah, thank you. Always a pleasure to be on this.
Well, we're at the Oak Creek Center for
Urban Horticulture.
Horticulture, and today's the Master Beekeeper Field Day.
Yeah, as we do every year. Yeah, at the same time in June. Yeah.
Every year. And so, tell us about this day. Like, what's going to happen?
So here we test. So we have 3 levels in the Master Beekeeper program. There is a certificate level, then they have a journey, and then a master level. So we test. This is an opportunity for them to come and get tested. So we have a field exam. There's a disease diagnostic exam.
Oh, that's what you were doing this morning.
Yeah. So they have an opportunity to showcase their learning or the knowledge that they have gained over the years, and demonstrate their expertise. And that's what we test here on this day. So
this morning, I guess this is before the field day. They had people who are coming to the next level, and that I saw you. There was it was like an instructor and the person being tested, and you had little sheets. You were grading them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we have a grading sheet. I tell students, don't be nervous. This is not some college exam that you're taking. It's fun, right? It's a learning experience as well. Yeah, even if you don't do well this year, then you know what you're lacking, and you can hone your skills on that, and then come back next year and get to know. We take a lot of pride in the Master Beekeeper program. We want to send people as our ambassadors that can do well and be a resource for others that want to learn bees or have interest in beekeeping. So I think it's a neat opportunity for them to get tested. And after this, we have a field day, as you said, to demonstrate other things that people want to see.
And that's going to be, who comes to that? So this is going to start in, almost like 20 minutes from now.
Yeah.
Who comes to that?
So these are also all Master Beekeeper registration or the people that are registered in the Master Beekeeper program at different levels, from certificate to journey to master. So they all get an additional opportunity to look something in the field, because June is a prime month for beekeeping, right? So they get to see some diseases in some hives. They will get to see how mites are evaluated. And I know you're doing a cool thing about culling frames, where they can use some frames and throw some of them based on their condition, whether they have been used for too long or there is any pesticide accumulation. So these are as an opportunity for them to learn some additional things that they might not have seen in their hives in the past.
So I think we were just walking to this shaded spot. Oak Creek is such a great place. There's so many bee plants planted around here. You were talking about the start. It's 11 years or so since it was started. Can you tell us a little bit about the the beginning days?
Yeah, no, that's a great question, and I really am proud of the program that we have now. And so when I came to OSU, there was no Master Beekeeper program here. There were probably 6 or 7 other programs across the nation. As you know, you have been into apiculture for a while. So we thought there was a need as well, right? I was hired to do predominantly research, and I have a 30% extension appointment as well. But then there was such an enthusiasm for honeybees and apiculture in general. So there were questions from public that were just barely interested in bees, or someone wanted to get into bees. I was getting a lot of questions. Even Carolyn, one of our lab members, was getting a lot of questions. So we thought maybe this is a time when we should start a program. I mean, we didn't have any funding, right, for that program.
Yeah.
So we had to start from scratch. So we got together with a committee. So Oregon State Beekeepers Association has been very instrumental in this process. Without their support, I don't think we will have this program as we have today. So it's a collaborative effort between Oregon State Beekeepers Association and Oregon State University Honeybee Lab. So we have probably the people that have gone through the program, we estimate about 2,500 at this point. Yeah.
2,500 people.
Yeah, it's an impressive number. And again,
goodness.
I really want to thank the committee that we had initially that initiated the process, including the Oregon State Beekeepers Association. And of course, Carolyn has been fantastic. She was the lead initially, and now Jen Holt, who is doing an incredible job as well. So she has carried forward that program. So yeah, it's been 11 years, and I'm really thrilled to see 2,500 more people gone through the program. And I talk to them often, not as much as Jen or Carolyn talks to them. But yeah, I always hear a lot of positive feedback, and I think we take pride in it's one of the top programs, I would say, if not the top one, with mentor-mentee relationships. That's a unique part of Master Beekeeper program we have. Is many other programs you just take 1 or 2 classes.
You go online and take a class.
Take an exam and then you pass.
Yeah.
But the uniqueness here is the mentor-mentee relationship. Again, I'm very indebted to all the volunteers, because this is not a program that gets some huge funding from the state or the college. So we have been getting some grants, writing grants and getting some money, and then some money comes through registration of the students as well. So that all the monies that go into this incredible program that we have. And so I think, it's been a really a pleasure to have this program, and I hope it will go another 20 years like this.
I'm sure it will. Thanks for taking time on this very busy day.
Thanks, Anthony. Again, always a pleasure.
The busiest person today. Hi, Jen. How are you doing?
Hey, Adoni. I'm doing great.
So, Jen, tell us. This is a big undertaking. Once a year. It's what are people going to be learning today? What are some of the key things?
Well, we have all of the different hives here open for people to see and visit. And the exciting thing about this year that I'll say up front is that it's the first year we've invited our lower level students getting started, and apprentice students. So some students have never seen a colony open before in general. So this is going to be a big day for them. Mm-hmm. We also have a PhD graduate student talking about her pollinator plants and her study trials that she has here. So, and we also have Steve Gomes here talking about his bumblebee relocation and nest collection endeavor. So it's not just honeybees today. We're actually covering lots of aspects of pollinators.
So it's a lot of new things to add in one year. This is
lots of new. This is lots of new things all at once. And we're just going to go with it today. It's really fun.
And I guess this morning we just talked to Dr. Sagili. There was the tests, and now I guess in a few minutes, and that's why this is going to be a very quick interview. People are going to start pouring in. And how many people are expected today?
Yeah, I'm hoping that about 65 or 70 show up. Yeah, that's in addition to the people that took their tests this morning. So it's a busy day.
Okay, well, I'm going to let you go, and thanks so much for taking the time. Oh, and just quickly, how do people get into the program?
You can visit our website. You can search for Master Beekeeper, Oregon, through OSU Extension, and the Getting Started program, the entry level, is open to anyone, and you can register anytime, open enrollment.
Fantastic. Visit the website. It's going to be in the show notes.
Yes.
Thanks so much, Jen. Hi, Jennifer. Can you pronounce your last name for me?
It's Holtzapfel.
Okay, and you, we talked to Dr. Sagili earlier, and we talked about before the field day starts, people get evaluated. This is for the journey or master level?
So, a master level.
You're going for the master level.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that decision to go make the jump? Why did you not want to just remain a journey level beekeeper?
It was just a lot of fun to come down here and learn about the bees, and I enjoyed the journey level program, and I wanted to know more. I felt like there was so much more to understand after the journey level program, and I had built a relationship with the people in the program.
So this is the first. Tell us a little bit about the master level. What do you have to do? Is it coursework or?
So there's a little bit of both. You need to do some extra service projects, about 100 hours. So it's definitely a jump from the journey level of 30. There is a project that you work on, either a university-sponsored project or your own project. So I'm working on the pollen nutrition study with Ramesh.
Oh, wow.
Getting some pollen samples so that they can evaluate how much nutrition is in for the bees. You have to do some exams. So today I did the disease field exam, and I also, in September, will do the lab exam, so looking at diseases. And then you come up with your own special project, and there's a research evaluation, so it's much more comprehensive than the journey. It's a lot more comprehensive for sure.
But like you said at the beginning, it is an opportunity to really learn.
Yeah, definitely. Because one of the parts about the master level program is you get to do a specialty. So you get to have your own specialty that you spend time researching. And so that's going a little bit further than just what's presented to you. You get to explore personal interest.
Have you decided what your specialty is going to be?
Not completely. I'm really interested in sound vibrations with the bees, and how that relates to some of the spiritual energy that comes from the bees. So taking it beyond just kind of the scientific into kind of another more metaphysical realm. But I haven't quite figured out how that's going to fit with the scientific program here. So I'm trying to explore that a little bit. That's how I've come up with a sound vibration.
I am so excited to see how that turns out.
Yeah, me too.
But just maybe conclude, tell us a little bit about what happened on the disease exam.
Well, it was very challenging because I got presented with a nuke, and it had a European foul brood, and I have never seen European foul brood. Didn't look like any of the pictures that I had in the books, and I wasn't quite sure about whether or not that was actually what I was looking at. So I think I misidentified it as only having mites. I suspected maybe European foul brood, but it wasn't a solid I know that this is a European foul brood, so I'm not sure how I did, because it's, that's the benefit of being out and opening up different hives, is you get to see things that don't look like the textbook, and they don't look like what you've heard, and you actually get to see something that you haven't seen in your own apiary. Unfortunately, it was on a test day. I wish I would have seen it in a different day, but it was really interesting just to see that.
I suppose that is what the master level is about, being able to generalize and be a resource for people who, not just your own beekeeping, your own colonies, but to be able to help people with various colonies.
Absolutely. Like you have a wide range of knowledge, and even if you don't know what you're looking at, you at least know how to get the information to confirm it. So we did have a test available. We did confirm it. But yeah, that's a good summary.
Excellent. Well, thanks for taking the time to talk with me.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Today's a beautiful day, and any day playing with bees is a good day.
Well, it is a good day. It's a beautiful day. And I guess we were talking with Dr. Sagili earlier, and he was talking about the real unique part of the Oregon Master Beekeeper program is the mentors. And you've been a mentor probably since the beginning.
Very beginning, for sure.
So tell us about mentorship. Why is it such an important component of the program?
I think it's an important part of the program because it's a hands-on opportunity to work with somebody who's already made a bunch of mistakes and is hopefully now corrected those mistakes and is happy to share that with other students. I think it's so much more personable than watching a video or the worst case scenario, reading a book, which is how I learned. It was before the computers, believe it or not, but I really believe in it strongly. Plus, I enjoy teaching, so for me, it's a perfect fit, and hopefully, it is for the students as well.
What do you think? People who are in the program and thinking of going, up the levels and considering mentorship. What do you think sort of makes an effective mentor in the program?
I think empathy. Being in this situation before, where they were curious about bees and they wanted to know more about bees, but they didn't really have somebody that was into it, somebody they could talk to. And I think that's the main advantage, is somebody they can commiserate with.
I guess it's like remembering that you were a beginning beekeeper at one point too. Like sometimes it could be going back a decade or so. Yeah. Okay, so tell us a little bit about the exam today. So you were invigilating some exams.
I was.
Yeah.
We were doing the disease testing or disease diagnosis. And it was pretty interesting because all these folks have obviously had a lot of experience. Not to mention any names, one person aced it. Another
great.
person did not.
Uh-huh.
So it's a difficult situation because, like, you can empathize with where these people are. They're obviously nervous and they're highly motivated to pass it, and you got to factor that into the decision and how many points to award or not award. So, I mean, it's like when somebody makes a mistake, it's like you want to jump in there and say, no, try this for an idea, or when you're looking for scales, maybe have the sun to your back instead of the sun in front of you, which you can't do. I mean, it's supposed to be a test where you're evaluating them. So I think it's kind of like when I'm mentoring, you want to step in and do it, and you can't. So it's probably the biggest challenge.
Okay, that's fantastic. And I think that is a kind of challenge because I imagine the empathy that makes you a good mentor. At the same time, you want to make sure people have the skills when they pass because they're going to be in positions of kind of not authority, but kind of they do carry the authority of being at the master level and someone who can be trusted.
Right, and hopefully we're sending them out into the world and disseminating information to other people as well. So they have to have it right.
I guess one thing I didn't ask Jen, has there always been a field day from the very beginning?
I'm not sure about that. I think not.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But this is great, though.
It is so great, and this is such a great facility to have an event at.
Yeah, I really like it. And a nice thing about this is also interacting with people who are in the phase of doing the testing and whatnot, and they're nervous when they're doing the test, and this is much more relaxed, and you can sit down and talk to them and say, well, consider this next time. Brush up on your disease identification, brush up on the way you pull frames out of a hive. It's a more relaxed situation, and I think it's more conducive to learning.
Well, fantastic. Thanks for taking the time to talk with me.
All right. Thanks.
Enjoy the day.
Well, thanks. You too.
Hi, Tanya. How you doing?
I am doing fantastic. How are you today?
I'm doing great. And you are in?
I am in the OSU Master Beekeeping program. I am in the second level, the journey level.
Yeah.
And today we're taking our tests.
And I am really excited to tell you passed both tests.
I'm very excited to tell you that I'm very excited to hear that.
I'm glad I caught that on air.
That is the best news all summer. That's my summer right there.
Tell us how you prepared for the exam. How did you get to this victory?
Oh my goodness. I've been studying a lot because there's a lot of material that you need to cover. So of course I went through all the material within the program, which is 2 full books, textbooks, all the videos that we have. I did cue cards for myself. I've taught all my friends and family the cue cards and repeated them over and over. And I've been volunteering with a couple of different apiaries to just get my form, inspecting the hive. Just a really good form and learning from as many beekeepers as I can.
What advice do you have for people who are going up for the tests?
Love what you're doing.
Yeah.
Do it, love. There's a lot to learn, and there will always be a lot to learn. But if you're having fun, it makes it so much easier and enjoyable. We're doing this for fun. So enjoy every minute of it.
Well, on behalf of the 1,000 listeners or so of Pollination, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for listening. Show notes with links from each episode are available at the website pollinationpodcast.oregonstate.edu. I also love hearing from you, and there's a form at the website where you can pop in and say hello and give me feedback. If you want to support the show, remember to leave a rating on iTunes, Spotify, or whatever podcast mothership you use. And finally, if you have the means and you want to help support my lab's effort to document bee biodiversity in Oregon, visit OregonBeeAtlas.org and follow down to the donate button where you can make a tax-deductible donation to the Jerry and Judith Paul Native Pollinator Endowment. Every little bit helps. See you next episode.